you looking at the Google Tag versus Google Tag Manager, also GTAG.js versus Google Tag Manager container, just to install your Google Analytics, but you want to do it in the fastest way possible? We're going to go through how to install your GTAG, or should you use the Google Tag Manager container. There's pros and cons to both, but there are new industry developments happening where Google is making a huge push towards GTAG, and we know that because just within the last 2 weeks, Google has actually released a new series of videos about GTAG, when to use Google Tag Manager or when to use the Google Tag, and the benefits of using that. So what we're going to do in this video is explain to you how we used the Google Tag Manager in the past, and basically as a way to faster load our Google Analytics. But instead now we're making that shift over to Google Tag or GTAG, because it's going to be one line of code, one line of JavaScript, and then we're going to show you a little trick on how to optimize it so it's even faster. So if you locally load that GTAG, it's going to make your site even faster. So Google's trying to push towards faster loading websites. They're kind of backing up what they're doing. They're optimizing it from multiple JavaScript codes to just one JavaScript code, and then sending it out to all the Google platforms. And now we can make that even faster. So in this video, we're going to show you how to do that. If you do want to work with a marketing agency or an SEO company that's actually really on top of what's happening, you can reach out to us at info@perfectclicks.com. We have a lot of support packages. If you guys have any questions, reach out to us there, or our phone number is 844-4CLICKS. So without further ado, my name's Chad. Let's jump into the video. So as you can see here, guys, Google is definitely making a huge push. Just in the last 13 days or so, they have released a video on what is the Google tag, or more specifically what they're calling GTAG.js, the benefits and implementation, and they're also looking at what is the right tagging method for your business. And then they're also, as of 2 days ago, they're giving you a tutorial on how to find your Google Tag ID and use it for your website tracking. So, obviously we're very much on what Google is looking at, how they're trying to optimize for speed, because before they really weren't, with the Google Tag Manager tags, those JavaScript tags, having 2 scripts, they were slowing down sites. And so by changing it to one JavaScript, it's going to make a big difference. And so here you can see that they're putting out lots of good content on it. They're putting out videos, but they're also trying to promote that, people should make this switch unless for some reason, you need to have the ability to add tags or modify tags without editing code, which is basically what the tag management system or the Google Tag Manager is basically going to be there for. So I'm just going to give you guys a look under the hood of what this looks like so you have an idea of what we're implementing here. So when it's installed correctly, it's actually going to look like this. So I'm just going to bring you guys back out here. You can have no containers or tags or triggers in your tag manager, and you can go right into Google Tags and you can choose your tag. And so take a look at your tag manager right here. And you basically can get data on your Google tag or your GTAG.js and send it out to different destinations. Those destinations can be Google Analytics, Google Tag Manager, Google Ads, and Google Campaigns or Google Campaigns Manager 360. So there's a lot of different options of where you can send that data just off of that one tag. So it really does make sense to use one tag, saves on speed, and you're loading less JavaScript. So as you can see here, this is what happens when you load just one JavaScript instead of multiple. You're still going to get some notice from Core Vitals or from PageSpeed Insights that says you need to reduce and use JavaScript, and it's going to say that GTAG.js is the culprit for that. Now, keep in mind, this is still way better than the traditional Google Analytics code that was getting put into Google Tag Manager, and it's still better than the 2 JavaScript codes that were in Google Tag Manager that are not just showing GTAG. But there is a way to make this even better. Instead of loading your Google Tag Manager the default way, and as you can see, up to 4 years ago, this was an issue, you can actually load your Google Tag Manager, or your Google Tag in this case, you can load it locally. So instead of just dealing with the traditional implementations and having that issue, you can just load it locally. And there's two plugins that you can do to do that. One is Monster Insights. They have a feature in Monster Insights, and you have to have one of their packages, and it's a performance add-on. But what you can do is right here, you can see you can add your information, and then you can hit add GTAG.js file locally. And so that'll work. And so we checked that out. I'll give you guys a link below for Monster Insights. That's a great option. And also you have Perfmatters. Now we did a whole video on Perfmatters versus WP Rocket. So I would say definitely check out Perfmatters versus WP Rocket, especially if you're trying to do some optimizations. I'll just show you the back end on this one. They have this ability to enable local analytics, which right here says enable syncing of Google Analytics script to your own server. And you just enter your tracking ID and it works. And if you want to take it a step further, what you could do is actually delay your JavaScript, and that's going to help with the load time significantly. So that's how you can go from seeing this issue, having a score somewhere in the 80s or 90s or something like that, to just taking it one step further and just having a 100 score for Core Vitals, which is huge. And so because you're removing that JS from stopping the page loading, you're removing that blocking time. As you can see here, the blocking time was an issue before, and now you can remove that blocking time, have a faster load, and still get the data that you need. As we saw in the Google Tag Manager, you can take it from that G tag and display it out to analytics or wherever else you want to go. So there you have it, guys. I really do recommend, doing your research, making sure that you find the best solution for you. There are different ways out there to go from the traditional Google Analytics code to using your Google Analytics code within Google Tag Manager. And now this shift from the Google Tag Manager, as you can see, Google is promoting to shift from Google Tag Manager to the Google Tag, right? And so if you can then take that Google Tag and optimize it, load it locally on your website, that's gonna make a pretty big difference. So if you need any of these tools, definitely use any of the links down below or reach out to us at info@perfectclicks. The one other thing I will mention, and the difference that can make a huge difference to you too, is the type of hosting you're using, right? So depending on the host that you use will drastically, change your performance of your website and your traffic and your SEO as well. So I'm gonna leave a link as well to the managed WordPress hosting of our choice, and that could really help benefit your website as well. So if you guys do need anything, just reach out to us. Again, it's 844-4clicks or info@perfectclicks.com. If you did get any value from this video, if it helped you at all, please do leave a like and subscribe, and let me know I'm doing a good job, and it's free to do so, why not? So thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video.